country's COVID-19 case total hits 428 in biggest daily jump. Wisma Putra to bring back Malaysians from Italy and Iran following worsening COVID-19 outbreak. Hello and good evening. I'm Cynthia Arthur. You're watching News on 2. Malaysia has its biggest jump of new COVID-19 cases with 190 recorded today. According to the Health Ministry, this brings the total number of cases in the country to 428. Health Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Adam Baba, in a statement, said most of the new cases were traced to the Tabligh program in Masjid Jami' Seri Petaling, held from the 27th of February to the 1st of March. He said that the ministry is still tracing those who took part in the program. He said that participants of the Tabligh program need to be under monitoring for 14 days from the end of the program or the last close contact they had with those diagnosed with COVID-19. Datuk Seri Dr. Adam also urged those who went to the Tabligh program to cooperate with the authorities to prevent further spread of COVID-19 among Malaysians. The minister said that of the 428 cases in the country, 9 patients were in the intensive care unit ICU and needed respiratory assistance. Meanwhile, Datuk Seri Dr. Adam said 7 individuals have been discharged from the Sungai Buloh Hospital. With the number, he said 42 COVID-19 patients in the country have so far recovered. He also urged Malaysians to refrain from spreading fake information that can cause panic among the public. Wisma Putra, through Malaysian embassies in Italy and Iran, are preparing to bring home Malaysians following the COVID-19 outbreak in the respective countries. This involves 323 Malaysians in Italy and 65 in Iran. Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein, through his Facebook page, said the preparations include ensuring them to register with the embassies. He said this is important as the registration will help facilitate the evacuation process of Malaysians in Iran and Italy, such as identifying the whereabouts of Malaysians in these countries. Datuk Seri Hishamuddin also called on Malaysians in all foreign countries that are facing the COVID-19 pandemic threat to remain calm and patient. He assured that the government and Wisma Putra will do their best in bringing Malaysian overseas home. He also urged all Malaysians to remain in contact with the embassies from time to time. Previously, Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin announced that the government will conduct a mission to bring home Malaysians in Italy and Iran. The decision was made after taking account the findings by Wisma Putra on the current situation in those two countries during a special meeting on COVID-19 on Friday. Effective immediately, all counters at Malaysia My Second Home MMTH Centre on level 2 and 10 at the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture in Putrajaya are closed until the 30th of April as part of the COVID-19 preventive measures. Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister Datuk Seri Nancy Shukri, in a statement today, said the decision was made after taking into account that most of the visitors to the centre were foreigners from various countries. Datuk Seri Nancy said this measure is also important in reducing the probability of MMTH personnel being infected with the virus by foreign visitors. She said new MMTH applications must be submitted via post, while other applications, including savings withdrawal or closing out account, could be made through email at mmth@motag.gov.my. For applications involving payments at the immigration counter at MMTH Centre, the applications should make appointments with immigration officers in advance. She added that all new application endorsements will be postponed and those who have further queries can call the centre at 03-8891-7424. Datuk Seri Nancy also said the temporary closure of the counters at MMTH Centre would not affect the MMTH programs as alternative procedures have been put in place. She said the reopening of the counters will be announced later, adding that her ministry was committed to dealing with the spread of the COVID-19 infection. The move to ban face mask export will be proposed in the next cabinet meeting this Wednesday. Deputy Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Datuk Rosol Wahid said this is to ensure adequate supply of face masks in the country and to prevent any price hike due to the high demand of the product.
Perangkat akan dibawa ke Kabinet pada hari Rabu nanti dan Menteri sudah membuat keputusan supaya ianya akan dipertimbangkan apa yang ada di dalam negara sekarang ini. Bahan tersebut mungkin tidak akan diekspor ke luar negara. Jadi ini sekiranya akan memastikan bekal tersebut mencukupi di negara kita. Satu lagi saya nak pesan kepada pengguna-pengguna supaya jangan panik.
The Congress of Union of Employees in the Public and Civil Services (QPAX) has suggested the government to consider including COVID-19 in the list of infectious diseases that allows for quarantine leave. Its president, Adnan Mat, said COVID-19 should be included in the Service Circular Number 11, year 2016, considering that the disease has been declared a pandemic. The circular pertains to provision on quarantine leave for 6 infectious diseases, namely hand, foot and mouth disease (HFMD), dengue fever and dengue hemorrhagic fever, measles, chickenpox, diphtheria and malaria. QPAX also expressed its gratitude and appreciation to all employees involved in the handling of COVID-19 and hope that they remained patient and continue to be dedicated to their work. It also calls for financial institutions to postpone and restructure loan repayments of civil servants and private sector employees whose income are affected by the COVID-19 infection. Adnan said QPAX has also received numerous complaints from employees and people who lost their income, also those who are asked to go on temporary unpaid leave, as many companies and industries are affected by COVID-19. Adnan added that QPAX welcomed the initiative by the Health Ministry to place 1,000 trainee doctors in government hospitals across the country to help smooth the day-to-day operations following the spread of COVID-19. The visiting hours at government hospitals in Negeri Sembilan and the University Science Malaysia Hospital HUSM in Kelantan have been shortened effective today, in line with the directive issued by the Health Ministry yesterday. The move was taken following the spread of COVID-19 in the country and as a precautionary measure to reduce the risk of infection among patients, visitors and hospital staff. In Negeri Sembilan, Acting State Health Director Dr. Muhammad Faid Abdul Rashid said the number of visitors will also be limited and children below the age of 12 would not be allowed at the hospital for visiting. He also said the visiting hours have been shortened from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. every day, including on public holidays. In Kelantan, HUSM Director Professor Dr. Ahmad Sukari Halim, in a statement said the shorter visiting hours is effective today and applicable on public holidays and weekends, which is Friday and Saturday in the state. Effective today, the visiting hours at HUSM is from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. with only 2 visitors allowed for a patient at one time, and children below the age of 12 will not be allowed to enter as visitors. He also said that visitors with symptoms of influenza like sore throat, cough, flu, fever, vomiting and diarrhea would not be allowed in the wards, while those with chronic diseases and with low immunity, such as cancer patients undergoing treatment, would not be allowed to visit patients. Labuan Marine Police detained 7 foreign fishermen, including 2 undocumented Filipinos aged between 20 and 32 years old, for fishing illegally in Malaysian waters yesterday. Sabah Marine Police Region 4 Commander ACP Muhammad Pajari Ali said the fishermen were picked up at 2 p.m. in an integration operation dubbed Op Gelora in Labuan waters. He said the fishermen were also caught using trawl nets below 38 millimeters, which is an offence under Section 26B of the Fisheries Act 1985. ACP Muhammad Pajari said the police also seized the foreigners' fishing trawler with engine and fishing equipment, as well as marine catch worth 240,000 ringgit. He added that the case has been handed to the Labuan Fisheries Department for further action. The 5th Battalion of the General Operation Force GOF seized contraband cigarettes worth about 609,000 ringgit in an operation yesterday. Its commanding officer, Superintendent Jafar Kaimi, in a statement said 2 men were also detained during the operation. According to Superintendent Jafar, the suspects were detained during the operation that was conducted in a house at Taman Soga, Batu Pahat, Johor at 11:30 p.m. last night. He said inspections in the living room found 415,120 cigarette sticks, while further investigation conducted led to the discovery of 9,720 ringgit cash in the suspect's car trunk. The money were believed to be the result of the cigarette sales, while the cigarettes were believed to be smuggled in for the local markets. The case is investigated under Section 135, subsection 1D of the Customs Act 1967. The Alor Star Magistrates Court has extended the remand period of a suspect in a murder case for another 7 days until the 22nd of March to facilitate the investigation. The remand extension was issued by Assistant Registrar Wan Nur Fadzila Wan Ibrahim. Previously, the 25-year-old suspect was arrested after the police found a water barrel that contained the body of his brother near their house in Kampung Padang Hasan, Kepala Batas, Alor Star. The barrel was later sent to Sultana Bahia Hospital's forensic department for further action. It was believed that the incident occurred when the 2 brothers were quarreling before one of the brothers used a machete to attack the victim, while the victim used a broom to defend himself. However, the victim died after he was injured by the machete. The suspect then put the victim's body into the barrel and poured cement into it, which was later found by the police at 7 a.m. on Sunday. The case is currently being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code. 2 siblings were arrested for stealing money from Masjid Al-Falah in Kampung Padang Kadang, Langkawi. Langkawi Police Chief Superintendent Muhammad Iqbal Ibrahim said the suspects were stealing the money in order for them to buy drugs. Elaborating further on the matter, Superintendent Iqbal said the suspects were arrested in their house in Kampung Bayas, Mukim, Ulu Melaka at 3:15 a.m. this morning. He also said the police managed to track down the suspects through CCTV footages and police surveillance. He added that the 24-year-old suspect had previous criminal records and drug-related offences, while his 15-year-old sister had no previous criminal record. The case is currently being investigated under Section 380 of the Penal Code. We begin our sports segment with the Malaysian Super League defending champions Johor Darul Tazim JDT made sure they kept their top spot in the Super League ahead of the temporary suspension of the Malaysian League M League beginning this Monday due to the COVID-19 outbreak. The Southern Tigers squad finished with a 1-1 draw against Felda United in the fourth game of the season at the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium, Iskandar Putri tonight, ending their perfect start to the season. Felda earned a very creditable draw against the reigning Super League champions, who dominated large parts of the game but found Muhaimin Mohammed to be in magnificent form on top of their own lack of finishing in front of goal. Shafiq Ahmed put the home side ahead in the 21st minute in his first start of the season, but JDT just could not press home their advantage. Felda fought their way back with a very well-worked goal in the 51st minute when Ryutaro Megumi, Nicolas Velez and Frederic Boulon all combined to finish a flowing move that cut open JDT's defense completely. The former French junior international Boulon had the simplest of tasks of tapping home into an empty net. Playing without fans in attendance as precaution against the COVID-19, Benjamin Mora even had to call upon teenager Arif Aiman late on to try and push the team to victory, but to no avail. Diogo Luis Santo, Gonzalo Cabrera and Fadli Shaz all had presentable chances to add to the score, but couldn't, which left Mora a little bit frustrated. That concludes this evening's News on 2. In our top story, country's COVID-19 case total hits 428 in biggest daily jump so far. Join us again at 7 tomorrow in the evening. I'm Cynthia Arthur. Stay tuned to TV2 and have a pleasant evening.